So I need help finding a new bike. My goal is to have 3 bikes, just because I can't fit anymore in the garage. Maybe even sell my car, but I love that car. The AMG E63 S model, tuned, and it sounds great. But my goal is to have 3 bikes. One for long distance touring, one for the track. I'll still keep it roadworthy, so you know, ride it around from time to time, but almost exclusively used as a track bike. And then just a rip and fast street bike, you know, either this Ninja ZX14, looking at the new Street Fighter V4S, which is nice because it's a naked bike, and Tennessee in the summertime, as much wind as you can get, I'll take it. So because it's gonna get into winter, I'm gonna probably try to sell the M109R Boss. It's a great bike. I love it. I love the torque. I love the power. I got it tuned by Ivan's Performance, and that was a double-edged sword. So I put a Freedom Performance Shorty exhaust on it, and oh my god, that sounds like thunder. I absolutely love it. But the Ivan's Performance tune, it made it twitchy. That guy just pulled out right in front of the car. It made it twitchy. So at low speed, you have to really feather the clutch, and the clutch grab point is so odd. It's really at the very, very, very end. So like in second gear turns, you can't just slowly roll on the throttle. You have to feather it, to be very careful. I just don't enjoy it. Also, the bike, while it can be fun, it's not as agile as I would like. I mean, never mind scraping pegs. I've had my heel catch a number of times when I'm you know, I'm actually leaned over on the bike trying to keep it as upright as possible, and my heel catches the asphalt and my leg gets ripped behind me. So I need a bike that's more agile than that. And because it's you know, it's a cruiser, it's got no protection from the wind, so I can't really do long distances. I actually could probably last longer than on this bike, just because it's more comfortable with the feet forward. So you know, I've done like 6 hours and I'm still pretty comfortable, but if I want to do any distance, the wind definitely takes its toll, and it's just not ideal. Plus it you know, it only goes like 150 miles, so it'd be nice to be able to have something with a little bit more range as well. So I'm looking for a touring bike. Now I immediately thought Goldwing, it's the ultimate, right? And then I started looking into it, and I just don't think it's got the punch. It's only 100 horsepower. It's got great torque. I love the 6-cylinder. I love the flat 6 idea. But I just don't think it's got enough punch. It bottoms out too early, too quickly. So I'm just worried I'm not going to be happy enough with it. So what do I do? Look at something perhaps more agile. So I was looking at the K1600. K1600, 160 horsepower, 129 pound-feet of torque. Definitely you can get better lean angles on it, but it's a heavy bike. It's really, really heavy. On the plus side, it looks so comfortable, and it's got all the amenities, heated seat, you can take off the trunk, it's got huge bags on it, or panniers, cruise control, integrated sat nav, so it's really nice. But on the negative side, it's heavy, and all those things can break, and inevitably they will. I mean, I don't plan on probably keeping it more than 3 or 4 years maximum, but still, But then again, I'm not short on cash, so you know, maybe it's just a bit of a pain in the ass to bring it in, but not a big deal unless the whole thing goes tits up. And then I've been looking at the Ducati Multistrada. The Multistrada, you can rip it. If you look at the Pikes Peak videos, the Multistrada Pikes Peak version, oh my god, that thing can rip, and it's got a beautiful engine, and it's coming out with the V4 from the Panigale and the Street Fighter V4S. That's an amazing engine. It sounds so good. So that's really tempting, but it's got a tiny windshield, and all the after-screen windscreens are also quite tiny. So I'm not really so sure about that. Yeah, that's probably just not going to do the trick. I mean, I wish it would, but it probably isn't going to do it. So that leads me to the Concourse, which is basically a shaft-driven touring version of this bike, which sounds very attractive, and the FJR, the Yamaha FJR 1300. I love the frosted blue. I think it's 2018. Oh my god, I love that. It's gorgeous. Just that matte frosted blue. The shape is still quite nice, even though it's a touring bike. And so immediately I go for the Yamaha because I have this. So I don't really want a bike that's very, very similar. You know, I like different types of bikes. So that one, and it's also actually the cheapest of them all. You can get it new, the electronic suspension version, which is the one that I want. You can get it new for around 15, and you can get very lightly used, like 1,000, 2,000 miles, for like 12, 13K. So that looks like a prime contender. And I don't know if there's anything else that I'm missing, but I spoke to my mechanic today. He said that they could put basically a crash bar on the frame, and then they could stick highway pegs to it. So I was worried that, you know, with my legs bent, I got a really bad knee, that I just wouldn't last long enough. I'm really trying to I want to be able to leave my house at like 6 or 7 in the morning and come back sometime in the evening, and along the way I'll decide whether I turn around halfway or whether I carry on 12, 14, 15 hours, get a motel somewhere, sleep, and then head back. So that's what I'm trying to do. And so I was a little bit worried about the bent knees, but the nice thing about a bike like that, a sports tour, is, you know, in the turns, obviously, you can still rip it. I do hate the idea of linked brakes. I've never used them, but it does seem to me like it would severely impact your ability to safely trail brake. And you know, with a big bike like that and going touring where you're going to be going across roads that you're just not familiar with, you're definitely going to need to trail brake. All right, I'm going to have to pass this guy. Nice old car though. So that's where my head is at. If there are any bikes that I haven't considered, let me know in the comments. And thanks for watching.